Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. This is my new art video. Today I'm painting a watercolor and gouache. I was looking at Pinterest for some inspiration as usual, and I really found this picture and I thought that I had to draw it. You know, sometimes you look at something and you know what to do. It was like that for me, and it also brought me so many memories as where I lived in the past. I had a pine tree in the backyard, and whenever I was a bit upset, I would just stare at it and sit for some time, let the wind flow in my hair and my face. Then I really had this pleasant feeling and thought that world was really beautiful. So in that memory, I'm painting this piece which I've named Cabin in the Woods. And moving on to the painting, I first draw using light pencil, and then I add some masking fluid. And I do have a problem with taking off of the masking fluid from the brush, so if you guys have any better idea, then just feel free to share it. I start by painting the house because it's the focal point for me, and later on I would have more time to draw in the details. I add a layer of orange mixed with a bit of red, and I play with the cool and the warm tones over it. And on the upper right side of the house I have a bit of blue mixed and a bit of burnt sienna as well, just to make it a bit cool. And I think of the season here is maybe from spring to winter, because the trees will be colder, and yet there are quite few fall leaves on the ground. So I try to make the shadows, lining all the tiny details which I really like the most, and maybe that is why I love being an artist, is I can really spend time doing the details. For this dark shadow parts, I use a touch of ultramarine with burnt sienna and maybe a bit of red. And if I have to lighten the color I'm using, then I will just add a bit of water. Making shadows can be a bit tricky, so what I advise is not to use a black color, because it will only make the area very dull and distract when you look at the painting. So really play with colors and have a good mixture to make your dark tone. For the trees, I'm doing the same. I'm creating a bit of dark color by just adding green in it, green in the blue, and a bit of burnt sienna for the tree trunks. And for the trees I had used a bit of gouache painting, the gouache greens, just to make it a bit opaque. As for the trees in front of the house, I had to make it really stand out, and I didn't want to have much layers, so it might get muddy or something. And I went at it over, and I'm going in for the details again, here and there. For the rocks, I use a very light mixture of yellow and burnt sienna, and then a bit of blue, and that's how you create a bit of dimensions. And I've also added masking fluid in the beginning, just so that I will make a bit of textures over the rocks as well. At this point I'm creating a bit of yellow and on the rocks, and I think that makes it a bit of dynamic painting, because you get the hints of autumn here and there. So for the ground, I just have this one layer of green, a touch of green, and then leave it, so come back at it again. And for the trees, I'm just having this effect from my old brush, which is quite old, and I've used it for a long time for acrylics. So the brushes are like the one of the toothbrush, so I can get this really cool effect in no time. So I really think that one should experiment quite a lot, because at this point of time I was not aware that I was using this brush, but I just thought, why not? And even for the grounds, it made it so much easier and a lot faster. Otherwise it would have been a painstaking process. And let me tell you about my watercolor journey. I started watercolors just 2 or 3 years ago, and I just owned a watercolor set, but I was quite afraid of using it because I always had this feeling of being scared of colors, because I always used pencil. And being able to render quite well with pencils and everything, I was a bit scared, but it's all about practice. In the beginning I was also not very good with it, but now I like my paintings, and that's a very big improvement for anyone. If you get to a point where you like your own paintings, then I think that's it. And moving on, we're at the end of the painting, so if you guys like it, then give a like and subscribe and comment how it was, and see you in my next video. Bye.